Aw.
And welcome to Decisive Podcast,
Episode 49.
49. Fuck, we've come a long way.
Yeah, I know, right? This is fucking. Wow. Good name.
Yeah. Like, nearly over 100 hours of free content.
Yeah.
In my mouth, basically.
Your mouths in your face.
Yeah. Cool. So today we got 3 reviews, right? We have got Anti-Bastard with their EP Moon Cup. We've got Placeholder with their unreleased EP Despise Me.
Exclusive. Check it
Not
out
exclusive.
here.
I found it today. Went
What?
to check. Yeah, one of the persons put out the thing already. The prick. Here's Matthew Brooks. You dickhead. Anyway, ours will be better anyway. And we've got the one we'll start off with in a sec, which is the final clause of final clause of Tacitus with their EP Antiquity.
Anti-bastard antiquity.
Anyway. But first of all, the news. This time we only have one piece of news and there is no image in the background because I refuse to have this cunt face on our podcast. Ian Watkins, formerly known of Lost Profits, currently known as being a fucking paedophile. He has been found guilty in court of smuggling a phone into jail through his anus.
Disgraceful. Do we know if they've actually found anything like even more incriminating?
I feel like it was just a phone to make calls or internet search, which probably
Still fucking. Yeah. What the fuck? High God.
As we know from that Epstein dude, not everyone in court in jail really watches their people properly, do they?
Yeah.
Because obviously that was a definitely guaranteed suicide and nothing else happened anyway. Cool. So the final clause of Tacitus with Antiquity.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get started on this one. I'm definitely excited to hear what you think.
Shall we start?
Yeah, I'll start.
You'll start. Okay.
Oh, okay. No. You can focus down here.
So, figureheads of speech starts us off. What starts off sounding like bomb sirens, I like the slowly rising pace of guitar tones, which kick into the vocals. The vocals. You knew this is coming, didn't you?
Don't know. Depends. See what you say.
The vocals heavily remind me of Rage Against the Machine, Zack De La Rocca, and that is certainly not a good thing.
Interesting. Any other thing out? Like one major one that's blatant, glaring face of every fire.
Got a rage.
You don't see any other influences anywhere else, no?
Comes to mind.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, carry
on. Yeah, certainly not a good thing that it reminds you of Zack De La Rocca's vocals, but however, as the song goes on, I notice a distinct lack of whining in the vocals, and I warmed to them quicker. The odd scream here and there is a nice touch too. Instrumentals are good, and I'm enjoying the layout of this track.
Yeah, cool. So I put okay, some cool drums. They're really mixed well. I found that quite like a nice mix, like full sounding. Funky guitar work and Chili Pepper inspired vocals. I'm surprised.
I didn't get that. No.
No, mad. I literally 100% would have like to anybody that asked, I would have said, yeah, this is like Rage Against the Chili Pepper, Love Child.
Right.
But done really fucking well. Actually, I quite liked it. Yeah, I like these things. Intrigued, especially with those heavy vocals at the end of the track as well. Chili Peppers did not have that. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, good start.
Yes. Next, AMOK or
Amok.
Amok? A real word?
Amok.
Means nothing to me. I am obviously part Spanish. It's a lie. Quite liking the guitar throughout here, especially like the subtle parts during the verses. Now, as writing, I hear that solo and it sounds so well. It's a really weird way of writing things. I was probably drunk when I started this. Now, as writing, I hear that solo and it sounds so well. Great on the ears, and it's a good track overall. But the guitar really shines here.
Fair. I did find myself slightly less enthusiastic at first, I have to say. The verse is pretty cool, and there are many Chili Peppers elements to it, which I'm aware probably means that my co-host is cutting himself right now. But actually, as the song progresses, I quite liked it. I really thought the first thing you would say is like sounds like Chili Peppers. So I was expecting
Right,
from
cool.
the get-go.
I'm glad I didn't pick it up, but yeah. I think it was so overbearingly rage that I kind of ignored anything else.
Yeah, there was definitely that element there. But for me, they're two bands I don't. Also.
Next, you hit track of the album, in my opinion,
Okay.
A Region of Opacity. This is fucking great. Every member shines here, and fuck me, those instrumentals are insane at times. The mix of vocal tones here adds an amazing track that feels like it's really taking you on a bit of a ride.
Yeah, interesting opening. I fear that it's perhaps not going to deliver the amount of impact that it's bracing for. Was somewhat correct on that front, but musically it's really good. Keyboard and guitar work really good as well. I did say it was nothing too mind blowing, but still not like a bad song.
Just sorry.
What?
I've just realised that I've been RAF up with that same Urbex site.
Oh man!
Only ever time I've been Urbex.
It took me a minute to figure out what you were saying. Then I was looking through the comments, like, who's been RAF? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one secret you're not meant to give away during Urbex is been to a certain place, but that gives it away, and I've been there. That exact location. Anyway, back to the music.
Yeah. So Medicate.
Pretty quickly has a stoner rock feel. The vocals feel a lot more mainstream rap than rock. It gets fast paced towards the 2 minute section, then it just falls into this slow melodic part, and it works. Combination of older style rock with stoner and sometimes psychedelic rock should really fit, but two paces oddly blend whilst being entirely separate.
Yeah, cool. Another cool opening. Actually, immediately found myself quite interested. I actually quite like it overall. The drummer has quite great sound to his kit, and the guitar and bass work over the top of it all just pulls it together really nicely. The heavier part of the end is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really good song. Like it.
Bullwhip.
I like it a lot.
That's
all, folks.
Post-apocalyptic mind.
World.
Off to a bit of a slower start. Pardon?
World, mind, world.
I got mind.
I got world. Post-apocalyptic world mind.
Off to a bit of a slower pace here. I'm liking the feel here though. The lyrics feel emotional and powerful, and the bass really fucking shines here. Very good track.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah. Openings are becoming a theme. Like good openings, strong sort of like leading into something. I will say that while these songs take on a similar form, they're very good at pulling different styles and variations of the same kind of formula. And the bass in this song is fucking sick. I'm not sure how I feel overall about the album so far, but I think I'm quite. The quiet closing of the track works really well as well. Perhaps a fave.
In between the lines. While it's not a bad track, it's definitely the weakest so far. The psychedelic outro sounds good though.
Fair. It kind of reminded me of Joker and the Thief. Styled guitar, that kind of like style guitar once the song drops fully. I'll admit I found myself sitting kind of in the middle until I heard the awesome scale on the clean guitar really well. Not sure what exactly feels like is missing in this track in comparison to the last few, but it's still not an awful track and still enjoyable. Nobody gets out alive.
Nobody gets out alive. Nobody gets out alive. Really liking the instrumentals here. It's got a heavier edge behind it. An expected tone change towards, I think it was meant to be unexpected. An unexpected. My pen's died. An unexpected tone change towards the end, leading into a few screams, shows that they can definitely handle a few styles and do it well.
Cool. Fucking sick opening. This is a really good track for me, and I'm loving the guitar work with the drums. That includes the bass as well. I'm just really enjoying this track. It's really full sounding and top track for me on the album.
Okay.
No.
War Elephants. This song has a bit of a grunge feel at times, and they continue to impress me with the skill they show. Somewhat repetitive lyrics, but I can kind of look past it as I like the track.
Yeah, I'll agree with the lyrics there. I put it's okay. It kind of falls into that category of sitting in the middle for the large part of the track. It does get a lot more lively towards the end though, and yeah, ended up quite enjoying it by the end.
So, every beginning ... Once again, an array of styles used here, even including a touch of synth. It's a bit of a slow builder, but that works a little bit. Fuck me. It's a bit of a slow builder. It's a bit of a slow builder.
It's a bit of a slow builder.
Bob. But that works a little bit in its favour. as you can appreciate for when it kicks in properly. A solid closing of the album.
Yeah, quite a show for the close actually. It seems fairly instrumental dominated for these first couple of minutes, which I think adds to that grand finale feel. I really liked it. Yeah, it was good close. So
Overall, I have to say that those first few seconds scared me due to the vocals sounding very Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
That
fuck
sounds horrible.
my life.
However, I know, Rage Against the Machine, crazy, right? Fuck my life.
No.
However, I've been so impressed with the music here and on a lot of levels. Oh, fuck, I can't read. However, I've been so impressed with the music here on a lot of levels.
Fuck.
It doesn't even smell.
Oh, mate. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure you're just not fucking like nose dead?
no. The vocal ranges are great here and the instrumental is impressive all round. Very glad they use an array of genres and styles.
Pretty sure it's in my eyes.
Such a player to the camera, you faggot. I mean, we accept everyone here on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Can't believe I said
Shit,
that word.
yes.
49 episodes, fucking hell, 49 episodes in, and I finally said a rude, bad word. Okay.
Yeah, it's the first time it's ever happened.
That kind of word, yeah, I think it is.
So yeah, overall, a pretty enjoyable experience, if I'm honest. I can definitely see it being more my sort of thing than other people's. But I really like the music and the variety. Good stuff, man. I'd say experiment with those vocals a little bit more, maybe, and get some more heavies in there and kind of like splice up the vocals a little bit. But the guitars are great, and the level of creativity that went into it was really good. What did you give it?
So let's do a prediction. So we started predicting each other's ones now.
Yeah.
I predicted he would give a 7, he predicted I would give a 4.
I did. Yeah, I
However-
thought you would really hate this.
I have gone with 7 out of 10.
I have also gone with 7 out of 10. So yeah, my prediction way off. Yours bang on.
Good going, guys. Fair play, yeah. Proper impressed with this. Check out the final clause of Tacitus on not Spotify. Well, yes, Spotify, but not this. I couldn't find the full players on Spotify, but they are on SoundCloud, and that is where we listen to them.
That's hardly them.
Cool. Straight on to the second review.
I will get my phone.
Anti-Bastard with Moon Cup.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I naturally had never heard of this band before.
No.
Had no idea what kind of style they played in. Didn't research them at all beforehand, which is rare. But I quite enjoyed the prospect of throwing myself balls deep into something I didn't know.
Yes. I only got, so obviously I'm the one that messages all the people.
Yeah. Far too late
to get the unsigned people, / local bands. Oh look, I'm Phil.
I'm no one.
I'm 39.
I'm 31.
Yeah, so Dougie is the one that I spoke to, and he is the one that sent me the brief wording of the band. But other than that, knew nothing of them.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Shall we get started?
should I start this time, or do you want to start?
I'll start this one, which leaves you to start placeholder later, which I'm sure you'll appreciate.
Oh yeah.
So, Cold War, to get us started. Was excited because it had like a vibe of the punk kind of stuff that I actually grew up listening to from a pretty young age. However, the vocals are just not my thing at all straight away in the first song. I found myself really digging, like, musically, I found myself really getting into it and being quite hyped up, and then the vocals came in, and it was just kind of like, I get that the underground feeling is kind of there, but it's just too much. I can't deal. Did you understand more than 5 lyrics
No.
across the whole thing?
No.
If
It's not
it's,
necessarily a bad thing, but I like to understand lyrics, don't get me wrong.
I have a thing when it comes to punk though. If it's less understandable than a Bad Brains song, I'm out. Bad Brains are by far one of the most sort of just noise-driven punk bands that I've ever listened to, and some of their stuff's okay. The majority of it is just like, what the fuck just happened to my ears? Vocally, I couldn't get down. Yeah, that's all I had to really say about the first track.
So, Cold War, straight into a low-tone, dark feel. I'm liking the instrumentals going in. The vocals are something I'm really not keen on, though. Guitar solo brings it up a bit, though. I said though twice.
No.
Unfortunately, it falls again for me at the end.
So,
That's it.
Black Death is track number 2. So I actually put this as somehow even a little bit worse. Production quality is lacking on top of everything else. I will say Mild Redemption, guitar work in places is really fucking good. But I'm not going to lie, at this point, Without giving too much away, it didn't stay this way, but I was really not enjoying my experience by this point.
So I'll put this in the overall part, but it's worth pointing out now that this was fully recorded live in a rehearsal room, so the production is going to be low.
Yeah, I mean, that's
they deserve some props for that.
definitely.
But I'll get more into that in the overall section. Black Death, again, I like the instrumentals, but I really cannot handle the vocals. I am keeping in mind that they're not my type of vocals, though, and I'm kind of taking it on in my head that whilst they're not my type of vocals, I'm reviewing how good they are for the people who, or in terms of actual skill. We'll go on to that in a bit. But yes, I'm pointing out, so it's obvious that they're not my type of vocals. I wouldn't choose to listen to punk or hardcore ever, really.
Okay, that's fair. I would, but the cycle continues. Is track 3.
Mm-hmm.
Still not enjoying this. There was an era in which this would have been something, but it's not really upon us anymore. And for me, I need direction I need more direction than this. But punk is punk because it doesn't give a fuck. Admitting that to myself is kind of like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, I can fully expect that a big part of the reason why this works the way that it does is because that is what punk is about, is not giving a single fuck. I fully expect these people to not give a shit what we're saying right now, quite frankly.
Hopefully not.
But yeah, I'm just not enjoying it massively at the minute. Musically, by this point, it's getting... There are definitely, like I said a minute ago, redemptions, but just not...
I can imagine them being interesting live for certain.
Fuck yeah.
As long as there wasn't fucking crowd killing, which there is at hardcore gigs. I'm sure they would sound... It'd be an experience.
Oh yeah, I would actually go and see them. Just
to say you have.
Yeah.
Cool. The cycle continues. There were a few parts here that the instruments threw me off a bit. With the sections... Just bear with me a second, because this isn't a fucking fully formed sentence. The cycle continues again. There were a few points here. The instrumentals threw me off. With the sections I wouldn't expect from what I've heard so far. But I'm thrown off in a good way. That's all I've already got to say about it.
Fair.
So, that's kind of a shocker.
So track 4 is the namesake Moon Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's not my bag. The kind of punk that I've listened to and grown up on consists of bands like The Germs and Scream. I can't get behind any of this here because it has no real meat to the vocals at all. It's not... Yeah, I can't really...
Oh, with the first review of Antiquity.
I will fucking take that.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Yeah, I fully respect what these guys are doing. I really do. And I definitely think for the crowd that are into it, it's going to be right up their street, really.
Matt Dunn, if you are watching now, yes, you have. I'll message you anyway.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for Moon Cup for me. It was just kind of like, it's pretty solidly understandable that this is not my bag right now. I can imagine it being some people's bag though, and I've tried to think about it from that kind of point of view.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Moon Cup. I'm interested and humoured to learn what a Moon Cup is. And a Moon Cup is something that is inserted into the vagina to collect period blood. Didn't know that.
Did you not?
Nope.
You've been to festivals, man.
I've been to a festival. I haven't ever had to collect my period juice.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Just
in a Moon Cup.
In a Moon Cup.
Mooncup.com.
Write it down. Yeah.
If anything, you might be our episode name, I guess.
Glass Top Coffee Table is next then. So Guitar Work is actually...
Sorry. Rewind on the actual track. That was just me mentioning I didn't realise it was a period blood thing.
Oh, right,
As to the track itself, the instrumentals keep to a good rhythm and actually sound alright at this point.
Forgive me for thinking that you'd stopped at period blood.
Yes. Review the song. It's period blood. Moving on to the next track.
Yeah, so Glass Top Coffee Table. Guitar work is really cool in places. Still not digging the vocals. I think that's pretty much a given for the rest of this now. But yeah, guitar work is actually really good in places. And mad props to their drummer. He's pretty fucking quick. But yeah, just it's about kind of that place for me. Anything to say about Glass Top Coffee Table?
Yeah, introduction to some demonic growl vocals here, which give some substance to the track. I write here a lot more than I should. It's how I wrote it, right? Introduction to some demonic growl vocals here gives some substance to the track here. The other thing I screwed up beforehand was here, because I wrote here twice in a sentence. Here, 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 here.
Here he.
But unfortunately, the EP is wearing thin for me.
So track 6 then. Brown Sabbath, which I thought was quite funny. Yeah, guitars again are really good, almost Metallica feeling. It doesn't last long before I'm kind of wanting this to be over vocally, but some good solo work here. If pressed to pick a top song, I would say it's this one.
Yeah, I would agree. Brown Sabbath is the top song. Actually, probably the best song on the EP. So yeah.
Yeah.
I like that there's more experimentation here.
Definitely.
The guitar tones are well executed. Overall, compadre.
I don't really have much to work with. The guitars are really good. The vocalist made some really creative noises. I said, I get it, all right, it's punk, and you're not going to care, and I admire that, but for me, the execution here gives me very little to go on. So musically, it was pretty cool. To make it fair, I would want to hear like a properly produced album.
Yep.
So what I would say is, if you guys do ever get into the studio and track individually and do things through that way, I'd be interested to see what, like, you know, proper mixing, because at the end of the day, if they did record it all in a rehearsal room, there's limitations to that shit. You can't, there's very little work, like post work, that you can do on that. So I would be interested to hear like individually tracked, but overall, yeah, I didn't really get behind it, I must admit.
Okay,
Just being honest.
So overall, I've got to keep in mind that these vocals aren't for me, and that it was recorded live in a rehearsal room. It's not necessarily awful, but it's certainly not great. The vocals are often too loud over the instrumentals that they sometimes feel crowded. However, there were a few times that I got surprised by a style thrown in, whether it's vocals or more likely the instrumentals, which were often performed well. Alas, I'm not a fan. I predicted you gave a 4.
Yep.
You predicted I gave a 4.
Yep.
You predicted right, I gave a 4.
You have now predicted right, because I've given them an extra markup for the production quality. That is something that I actively marked down.
Right.
So I've given them 4 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, I actually, when I went to predict yours, I wrote 3, then deleted it and put 4 instead.
So you would have been, well, you are absolutely right, because that's exactly what happened. I had 3 and then changed it to 4 when you told me that it was a live recording in a rehearsal room.
I feel like we're going to have quite a similar for all of our albums.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so that was Moon Cup. I would say, if, you know, underground sort of hardcore punk is your thing, check these guys out.
Yeah.
For sure. I just don't think it's my thing.
Yeah. You can check them out on Bandcamp. That's where we reviewed the album.
Sick.
Antibastard, thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. On to the tournament.
Yes.
Semi-finals.
Semi-fucking-finals. It's worth pointing out that we did have a different topic planned for today, but for reasons, that did not happen. Understandable reasons, I'm going to actually say. Because nobody really wants to come and do a guest slot on a podcast after you've been getting trashed all weekend at a festival.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. So yeah,
mad props to James Price, leaving us in the fucking lurch. That's fine.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just chatting to the guy in the first band.
Oh, sa.
Yeah, so let's do this.
Yes, I'm really fucking excited. So is this our tub here?
Yes. So
this is our tub here.
We're going to pick out 5. There will be for the first match, and the 5 left in there will be the second match.
Right, cool.
So first of all, it's the Beatles versus Black Sabbath. We have a fan vote as per usual, and the first 5 topics will be theirs. Then later we go into the final match of Queen versus Guns N' Roses.
I just had that up and came off of it because I was preemptive and thought about it, and then I backed out of it. So that's really fucking dumb. Whereabouts is it? This one?
Yeah.
This one. La, la, la.
Cool. Right, I have the first one in my hand.
Go for it, Sonny Jim.
So Beatles versus Black Sabbath, 2 of the British giants, will be discussing, sorry, their best album.
Cool. Also, fan base. Oh boy. Best album, fan base. Get ready. Nice one.
Discography.
Oh shit on a bucket. Artwork.
Artwork. Ooh.
Intriguing.
Image and artwork, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it just says artwork. But
Yeah, that's
image
just
and
me being
artwork.
lazy when I wrote them out.
That's fair enough. That's fucking fine, mate.
And finally, showmanship. Which means
Gosh, darn it.
which means the other one will have every single member, vocalist, drummer and guitarists.
Yeah.
Live show and the one I can't remember.
Showmanship.
No, I don't that now.
Have we got that?
Yeah, that
okay.
was the final one first.
Fucking hell. Well, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Cool. So these are our subjects that we will filter the first matchup through.
We don't need these anymore.
Oh,
It's all 10 next week, isn't it?
yeah.
Next time.
Are you going to remember them all?
Yeah, I'll just look at this.
Fair enough. That's some smart noggin usage.
Cool, so best album. Do you want to get up Sabbath, Beatles?
I mean, I already know.
What the best album is? What did we go for last time?
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road, and Sabbath would have been...
Oh no, sorry, last time we went for Sgt. Pepper. And it's definitely that.
So Sgt. Pepper it is again.
Yes.
Sgt. Pepper versus Paranoid, it's got to be.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. So let's just remind ourselves of the track list. So we've got War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man,
Fairies Wear Boots.
Hand of Doom. It's a big album.
Yeah.
It's a really big album. So this is going to be a strong matchup. So
What's in that one? I don't remember any recollection.
yeah, I remember it.
Black Beatles, robots in disguise.
Well, is that actually going to come up? Fuck yeah, it is. No, it's a song. Oh, listen to the song. So we've got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, obviously. With a little help from my friends. Massive fucking song. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which is absolutely about LSD. Getting Better, Fixing the Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, With You Without You, When I'm 64, Lovely Rita, Good Morning, Good Morning. So yeah.
Just notice we bumped up to 5 or 6 viewers currently at this moment. Thanks for joining. Welcome. You've just missed the reviews unless you're waiting for placeholder. But stay along anyway. Find out what we think about everything.
So I would say this is probably their most celebrated album.
Sorry, let's have a little raz, sorry. And that's how you steal a phone, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, I like my one better. This one's got an annoying crack in it.
Yeah, it's really shit. Okay. I do believe I have seen just about enough.
Let's discuss it for a bit.
Yes.
We can't discuss it for a bit. Those are the tracks. For me, it's a pinnacle album by the Beatles. This is the album by Black Sabbath. I know where my vote stands already.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the impact that the album's made as well, and while some people will argue that the Beatles were obviously like mad cult following, I don't think a single album has done as much for our genre ever as this album right here.
Paranoid, yeah.
Yeah, and for that reason, my vote is Sabbath.
My vote is also Sabbath. That's nice, quick, easy rounds.
Beatles.
I mean, to be honest, the Beatles fucking... I'm surprised they're even here. They beat Metallica in the first round.
Yeah, I'm disgusted.
Absolute chaos. So, Sabbath.
Yeah.
Okay, fan base.
Right. I know what you're going to say. And I know that you're going to say that Sabbath have a huge fan base, and they really fucking do. Virtually anybody that listens to metal has listened to some Sabbath. Beatles still have a bigger fan base, and have done over the years.
You have no idea what I'm going to say.
You're right, I don't. What are you going to say? Fuck you, Rob! Fuck you and your blind ways.
Sabbath do have a massive fan base, and I would say that their current fan base is bigger than Black Sabbath. No, bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah.
Now, are we talking current fan base or the fan base over time?
I think it has to be appreciated from over the times as well, because I think in a way there's got to be a point for both, really, because current fan base means that they are still able to withstand the test of time, if that makes sense, whereas the Beatles definitely have dropped out a bit. But
now I know this is an extreme thought process, right?
oh god,
now it's over the top, but if we were doing Black Sabbath versus Lost Prophets, right, and we were doing fan base, and I'm like, you've got to keep in mind that the fan base when they headlined down, it was fucking huge. I think their fan base wins. I'm giving the point to Lost Prophets. I would be shunned immediately because of the current fan base does not like them. And I feel like current is what we need to fight for more. Granted, they're a lot older than Sabbath. Well, a bit older than Sabbath. But I feel like if a fan base can withstand, and also it helps that Sabbath been making music more recently than the Beatles, obviously.
It's nobody's fault bar the person that shot John Lennon that John Lennon died. But at the same time, the Beatles probably would still not be together by this point. They would
No.
have solo careers. If all of them were alive, they'd all have solo careers. Just the way that they did for a while.
Ringo Starr have a solo career?
No, but he's shit. So
He's Thomas the Tank Engine now. He's in God's hands.
I'm still going to stick my vote with the Beatles purely because at a time their fan base was literally worldwide.
I'm going with Beatles as well.
Fair.
I just wanted some sort of counter argument.
So 1-1.
Yeah, right, get your Spotify back out. It's discography time.
Black Beatles versus the Sabbath, so Sophie Ray.
I think I stuff in my ray.
Black Beatles, robots
Pam
in
Balam.
disguise. Oh, Black Beatles, bam balam. Sick, what have we got next?
Discography.
Discography. Wow, okay. So this is pretty mad. What kind of factors do we look for in the discography? Is it the size of the discography? Because I get the feeling.
No,
that...
just the
Oh, right, that
quality of it.
Ooh.
So if you've got a band that's got 2 solid albums and that's their whole discography, versus a band that's got 7 okay albums, I'm gonna give it to the point to the 2 awesome albums.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Mate, this could be tricky then because let's just analyze Beatles albums quickly. The ones that stand out. Please Please Me was a fucking huge album when it released. Beatles for Sale, another big one. Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper's. Actually, I miss Revolver as well. Magical Mystery Tour, fucking still a sick album. The White Album, which is the self-titled. Let's have a look and see what's on there. Yeah, some pretty massive songs on there. Abbey Road, huge album. So actually, what I would say is that Beatles probably have. I won't go as far as to say stronger because I need you to stop messaging and have a look at Paranoid, not Paranoid, at Black Sabbath.
Well, I'm at them. So you got obviously their debut self-titled album,
Black Sabbath.
yeah, which includes the tracks such as Black Sabbath, NIB, Evil Woman, Nib.
We are the nights that say nip.
Paranoid, which we've just done, Master Reality, which is another fucking stellar album.
It is really good.
Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, Solitude, Into the Void, Orchid. Then you go on to the next one, Volume 4, the Subliminal Verses.
The subliminal verses.
I don't fucking recognise anything there. That can suck a dick then. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, including that track, Sabracadabra, Spiral Architect, Who Are You? Who? I really want to know. And then you go on to like later on in life, Born Again.
Where's
Digital
Bark at the
Bitch.
Moon? What kind of era is that?
Bark at the Moon is his solo efforts.
Is it
We
really?
did this last week with Crazy Train.
Yeah, we did. I keep doing this. This is so fucking.
Bark at the Moon. And then 13 went down really fucking well as well, considering it was years after their previous album. Fucking hell, that's already fucking 6 years old. Chaos. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, you know.
I think overall, it's fair to say that I'm like about as familiar with both, really, in the sense that I'm not like huge fan of either.
Yeah.
I just think the amount of, and it is just probably due to the sheer volume of music that the Beatles created in such a short space of time. but Beatles have just got so many more humongous tracks that were ridiculous for their time and that just made the world go a bit nuts.
Can you give me your Beatles, please? Sorry.
Well,
I'll just search it myself.
I'll go through just the same as you did. So, Please Please Me, where's the big one on this? Love Me Do was like their first single that they ever released, and it literally took the world by storm overnight. PS I Love You is massive as well. That's probably about it for that album in terms of like massive songs. All I've Got to Do is a big song. Please Mr. Postman, I Want to Be Your Man, massive song. Hard Day's Night.
The title track there is pretty big.
What's that? What, Hard Day's Night, yeah. Can't Buy Me Love. What else we got? No, that's about it for that. Beatles for Sale. I feel like there's a massive one on here. 8 Days a Week. Fucking huge song. Let's skip ahead a little bit. We've gone through Sgt. Pepper's. Magical Mystery Tour is, for most people, a bit of a wavy one. However, one of my favourite songs by the Beatles is on here. Strawberry Fields Forever. Also Penny Lane. Massive. Both massive songs. The White Album, self-titled. Back in the USSR. Glass Onion. Oobla Dee Oobla Da. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is probably still to this day one of the biggest Beatles songs. Blackbird. I knew you were going to do it as well. There's loads on there. Helter Skelter. Abbey Road, Come Together. Still to this day a huge fucking song, made even more popular when Michael Jackson did a cover of it, and people were like, "Oh, that's a really good original song."
Which song?
Come Together.
Never heard of it.
What?
Don't think I've heard of it.
Crazy. Oh Darling's massive. Here Comes the Sun.
Here comes the pain. Here comes the money.
I mean, these are all huge singles that literally, like, alone would have made this band millionaires.
Really bad. I recognise almost none of them.
It is, but at the same time, why would you? Because it's not your thing. It's never been your thing.
No. There was that one day.
What I would say with that is that there are probably Sabbath albums that you could go through where you're like, well, as you evidenced a minute ago, there are Sabbath albums that you could go through where you'll be like, this album can suck a dick because I don't know a single fucking song.
Yeah.
And it's fair to say that you're into Sabbath.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fan of Sabbath.
I like them.
If anybody is like an outward fan of the Beatles, there's probably not a single album that doesn't have at least one pretty fucking stellar song on for that fan. For that reason, I am actually, unfortunately, going to have to give my vote to the Beatles, and I don't fucking want to, because actually, I would prefer to listen to Sabbath, but the question isn't which one do you prefer, it's which discography is stronger, and for me, I feel like Beatles was. Man, I'm disgusted with myself right now.
Oh, Beatles.
It's a 2-1 to the Beatles. Holy shit on me stick.
Image and artwork. This could be a very tough one as well.
Right. Can I just, if you get the album list up for
Sabbath?
Yeah. Let's just have a quick flick through these, because Paranoid, I've always wanted to know this. So if we could have a look at the actual album cover of Paranoid. What the fuck is that? What even is that shit? What the fuck is that? It's just like a guy with a sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's a trippy as fuck album cover, quite frankly.
Yeah. Suit Paranoid, I guess the name title. Namesake even.
So let's have a look at some of these. I mean, there's nothing to that really. That's just the band. That's a sick album cover. Let's be honest, that's alright. It's low graphic and pretty shit, but it's good. I don't even want to comment on that. Forgive us, we're just musing. We'll get back to you later. I mean, it's weird, and
That's
it definitely
okay.
kind of suits. You're just flicking your ass in the fucking.
About to.
It's weird, and it kind of fits their
That's
their aesthetic a
pretty
bit.
iconic, that one, though.
That is a pretty iconic album cover. We've done something with this before. I'm sure we've mentioned this on the podcast before.
Potentially. I'll
feel
talk
like
about
we have.
the main debut. You can't see it properly. You still can't. You won't ever see it properly.
Beatles, however, let's just go through a little bit of this, because actually it's kind of scaring me a little bit already which way this might go. Oh,
If Beatles win another one, they have won the match.
No, I mean, I can't let that fault me. So we're going to ignore most of the early stuff, because actually, because of how big they were, literally the world kind of called for every album cover to just be them. Right up until Sgt. Pepper's, which is quite possibly still to this day one of the most iconic album covers to date. Everybody has seen that in their life. Everybody. These guys were also the first band to do that. Just the most simplistic thing in the world. Sold millions of copies. In the space of like a week, this was sold out everywhere.
I'm not going to say that's...
It's not a good album cover.
No.
It's not a good album cover at all. Magical Mystery is pretty fucked up and a bit weird. But if you listen to this album, I'm pretty sure this is when they discovered ayahuasca and fucking weird ass drugs. Abbey Road.
Of course, yeah.
Huge album cover.
It was like the 50th anniversary this week of that as well.
Mad. That's pretty much it. Maybe Yellow Submarine can earn some props, even though it's like a soundtrack, obviously, to their fucking film. But
we're all going on a yellow submarine.
We're all going on a yellow submarine. That tickled me far too much. Mate, I'm gonna have to give it to the Beatles.
Hold up. Reverse your thing for now.
Yeah.
That's artwork. And while if it's artwork alone,
image, yeah, okay,
I'd
image.
be talking about, I would be giving the point to Beatles too. But
this is true. Sorry, I got way ahead of myself.
Sabbath's image
tops the Beatles.
Fully. The Beatles just wore suits and stuff.
Not always. Not always.
Okay, granted. Then they went to the hippie stage.
They went through the hippie stage, but then they also did shows dressed like they did in Sgt. Pepper's cover as well.
Okay,
went a bit fucking wild on some of their costumes and stuff.
Ozzy's image alone is world famous.
Yeah.
The gothic as fuck look.
Yeah.
The darkness, the painted nails, they really brought that look to the forefront.
Prince of Darkness at the end of the day, so. Oh, dude,
So
this is fucking tough. Image, Sabbath, artwork, Beatles. So how do we decide this?
What's better? What's more well known? What's made the band? I hate this game.
You do hate this game because you know exactly which one is bigger, which one.
The Beatles go through to the next round.
Gonna be the Beatles.
Go through to the fucking final. I'm sick of this game.
We're never doing a tournament again.
It was better last time. At least fucking on the first tournament, Avenged got to the fucking quarterfinals. I don't fucking like this. They beat Metallica and Black Sabbath. They're the fucking Beatles. Right. For the sake of argument's sake, let's discuss the fifth topic of showmanship.
Oh, mate. Equally tough. Well, slap my tits and calling me Shirley. I don't really have much to say about that because I think
the Beatles were always close. They really fell out today, as far as I know. Or do they have the moments?
Oh no, they Did you say they never really fell out?
Not that I know of. Again, I know nothing about the Beatles really. Never cared for them.
I wouldn't necessarily say there was like malice in their fallout as such, but I think the sheer fame that they rose to was literally enough to just make them all sick of being around each other. And when the time came when they were just like, right, we're not touring, we're not writing a new album, bye, they were all kind of like, yeah, sick.
With Sabbath,
there has
you
been
had
some
stuff. You had Ozzy leaving the band continuing with Dio, calling themselves Black Sabbath, releasing Heaven and Hell, Ozzy suing them and saying you can't fucking do that, them then continuing as Heaven and Hell, and then releasing new music there. Then they got back together and they haven't let Bill Ward back in the band. Yeah, so I'm giving it to the Beatles.
Yeah, I am as well.
So Beatles 4-1 to Black Sabbath.
That's disgraceful.
Please check what the fans would have chosen if it was down to them.
I am going to guess
Beatles.
that due to our fan base on here, I will be surprised if Beatles have more than one vote.
I'll go with a maximum of, well, the majority is Sabbath, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Care to wager? Do you know how many people?
I don't know how many people voted,
No,
so let's guess
okay.
at 5, because it was only today and I tagged a fair few people. Let's guess it was 4-1.
Okay, I'm going to guess it was 5-1. And it was 8-0 to
8-0.
Black Sabbath.
Wow, let's see who the voters are today. We'll give a little thanks for being sharpish.
So we have Courtney Wallace, Luke Powell, Gareth Pavey, Scott Pavey, Liam Bartlett, Ticharino, Jamie Price, you fucking
I tagged him
tit.
with exclamation marks.
Bruce Farley and Alex Stewart.
Cool.
Thank you all very much for voting. You have sadly been overlooked. I'm disgusted right now. Let's move on.
Move on and pump it up to Queen versus Guns N' Roses.
Fucking yeah, this is going to be the most disgusting match ever.
I'm not prepared. Who will fight with the Beatles in the final?
So I'll pick.
Yes, you will.
First this time.
Even though we're doing all of them.
Yeah,
we're going to pick them like normal anyway.
It's the order that we want to do it in now, and relevance. That's what that says, right?
Yes.
Relevance.
Current relevance.
Because actually, at this stage, order means everything.
Yes, it does. Vocalist.
Okay. I'm not shitting a brick at all.
That to be a fucking fight as well.
Live show is
Live
the one
show.
that we forgot.
Live show.
Live show.
Like I said, live show, but either way, yeah, that's gonna be. Oh mate, I'm so scared. It's got tense.
You've got drummer.
I have got drummer.
And I therefore have guitar.
Oh.
Shit, the absolute bed. I'm not prepared.
I'm not prepared. This time, if I die, I leave you rubber time. Cool. Current relevance in 2000. That's still real tough, man.
That is still real tough because, alright, Guns are back at it and are smashing it, to be honest.
Yeah, done really well. I've seen them live twice on this new run.
Yeah, Download was fucking sick. Download 18 was a really good year for all things Download, quite frankly, particularly Avenged.
That was obviously last year. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was 18. But Guns were interesting to see live. I wouldn't say a highlight of my weekend. Seeing Slash was a bit of a highlight of my weekend because it's just fucking excellent to see that guy has not lost a single shred of his talent at all. Axl's vocals, strained, tired, but at the same time, the guy's been doing fuck all other than smoking a lot, drinking a lot, and getting high a lot over the past few years, and has now cleaned his act up. And Download was what, show number fucking 80 on a massive tour. He's been doing it for like weeks at this point. I would say he's kind of earned his right to be a little bit lacking in that performance, but the crowd was massive and still very relevant.
Yes.
Still very relevant.
Yeah, whole lot more live show stuff, but relevance is. So yeah, Guns have come back. They're perhaps not bigger than ever, but they're fucking huge. Bigger than they've been in the last decade for sure because Slash. And Axl has got himself together, like you said. So relevant, massive right now. Queen definitely helped from the film, but they never really lost their relevance. They are fucking huge right now too. This is really tight. However,
I think I know my answer,
I think I know my answer.
and it's going to be Queen
It's going to be Queen as well.
because more people are listening to Queen.
Yeah,
since the
you'll
film.
hear them more on the radio.
Yep.
You hear more people talking about them now.
Yep.
So Queen gets it, but I will
Yep.
say that was fucking close.
It was a very close match.
Vocalist. This one's pretty easy for me. Axl Rose really sorted himself out and sounds great. Freddie Mercury was one of the best frontmen of all time
Yeah,
and best vocalist. So for me, it's Queen.
it's Queen. No other words need be spoken. So 2-0.
Yep, 2-0 to Queen. Live show.
Interesting.
This is now where I start getting panicky. No fucking spoiler that I want Queen to win this whole thing. I have since the first round. Coughed. So
Live show's tough because Queen definitely. You've seen videos from back in the day. Queen definitely brought a fucking show.
and they know how to hold the fucking crowd.
Freddie brought the show and knows how to hold the fucking crowd. The rest of the band, whilst they're good at what they do, did very little showmanship and live show in that kind of like being a part of the act. That was kind of left to Freddie, and I wonder, obviously, if that was perhaps by design. Perhaps Freddie does strike me as the type of bloke that would have been like, this is my show, you guys do your instrument thing, I'm doing the show. He does strike me as that kind of that way inclined. Don't get me wrong, I bet they all went a bit nuts every now and then, but I just can't imagine the rest of the band being as lively as Freddie was.
You've reminded me of something. So when a few weeks back when we were doing vocalist overall and was saying how much, I said, my quote was like, oh, Freddie was a bit of a cunt, right? I got told off for saying he was a cunt by somebody.
Why?
Watch this, doesn't matter who. And we
Was it your mum?
It was my mum.
It was your mum.
We discussed it. I was like, he had some cuntish attitude, but he wasn't a cunt overall. Let's just say that. But he had some cunt moments. So I apologise on it. I don't know what else. Right. Thanks, Mom.
I'm actually going to give this to Guns because as a band, some of the fucking videos from their earlier performances are insane.
Yeah, and obviously can't really compare Queen to today because obviously they didn't have the technology back then. But the live shows that Guns have been putting on with all the visuals and stuff like that, yeah, it goes to Guns.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Well, not unfortunately. I'm pretty. That's well deserved, quite frankly.
Drummer.
Oh, remind me of Guns N' Roses drummer. What's his name?
Oh fuck! Is it not Chris Adler? That's Lamb of God.
That's definitely not Chris Adler, fucking like death metal drummer in Guns N' Roses. That was actually really good.
Thanks, man.
I can imagine a Lamb of God cover of that now. That's thank you for putting that in my head.
That's right.
We've got Roger Taylor, right? That's Queen.
Yeah.
And
GNR.
I feel like
in
it's
the game.
Matt something. Oh no, I'm thinking
It was Steven Adler
Steven Adler.
for most of their career, and now Matt Sorum.
Matt Sorum, there you go. Okay, so most of Guns stuff that people are like overly familiar with though is Chris Adler.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Adler.
Steven Adler.
Fuck. Life. I'm gonna actually say that whilst Guns are very enjoyable to listen to, the drumming is nothing magnificent, but in places there are points in which like it's really good. And I think Roger Taylor's a good drummer for what they needed him for, but overall he's not spectacular. He doesn't. He's not like ballistic on his fills or anything like that. He can probably bust a solo, but I think either of the Guns N' Roses drummers can bust a solo and do so on their live shows as well sometimes.
Well, it was entirely. Guns are very guitarist orientated, whereas I feel like Queen were a bit more band orientated. So I'm trying to think of.
I still feel like Queen were very largely guitar oriented. It's like vocals and guitar, drums.
More so, yeah, I would agree, but I feel like Guns will be a lot higher on that scale. I would say that Queen were a guitar and vocals band,
I would say the same
With-
thing about Guns.
I'd say Guns were much heavily more focused on guitar than Queen were. But then again, the Queen were a lot more focused on vocals. Actually, they're both very much focused on vocals. That's a hard thing to say. They were both very much focused on vocals.
Focused on it.
I say yeah, back in my mouth.
Mate, this is really tough actually, because it's not that both of these drummers are magnificent and it's hard to pick one. It's that they're both kind of like low key and under the radar, and it's hard to pick one.
I know who I'm going for.
So do
for
I.
one reason,
Go on.
and that is dun dun ch, dun dun ch. That is iconic. There's not a single iconic drum beat from Guns N' Roses that I can think of. I'm going with Queen.
It's definitely not as iconic of that, but
Everyone knows that.
everyone does know that. But it's not even real drums.
It's the foot drum.
It's a
Foot-
bass.
bass drum.
It's a bass drum.
Yeah.
Why are you putting mine for Queen?
I don't know. I
wouldn't-
just assumed sorry.
No, mate. I'm actually going to go for Guns in this
are ya?
instance. Yeah, I am, because their drummer is better than Roger Taylor.
You think so?
100%.
That's definitely a drum at bass drums. For drum 101, that is definitely a drum.
What, the bass drum?
Yes.
Yes, I'm aware.
Good.
I'm a drummer.
Just making sure you know when you said that's not even drums.
It's not. You can't attribute the majority of what makes that iconic to the foot pedal, because it's actually the.
That's two. That's
It's
two.
the gang clap.
2/3 of
It's
it.
the gang clap. It's not
The
2/3.
claps. It's like dun dun. It's exactly 2/3 of it.
It's not 2/3 of it,
Dun,
is it?
one.
Because actually,
Dun,
if
two,
you're going to put it
three.
like that, then the gang claps were done by the entire band and other people. So it's 2 bass drums to like 7 different people clapping.
Well, if there were bass drums for all the audience members, they were doing those too.
Well, there isn't. So
It's definitely 2/3 in terms of time. That's,
get in the bin. No, I'm sorry, I don't agree. I think Roger Taylor is a good drummer for what they needed him for, but I think Guns N' Roses drummer is a lot better. And
But give me some beats that you can think of that are great.
I mean, the opening to Sweet Child of Mine is iconic for the guitar, definitely, but
Yeah.
everyone will know the ding, ding on the drums with that, and also You Could Be Mine, the opening to that song.
Don't know that one.
What the fuck? You don't know that one?
No.
We can't play music, but I would educate you right now if we could. You do know that song. It's what they opened with Download last year.
Oh, okay, then I heard that song.
Yeah, you will know that song by hearing it. It's also, if you know any of their videos, it's the one that has the Terminator in the video.
I don't.
Crazy. I'm yeah, Guns drummer, definitely. Either better than Roger Taylor for me. GNR. So what have we got? We've got
Guitarist.
2. Hold on. So 2 to Queen, 4 to Queen, 2, 3. Oh mate, it's getting hairy. But we're doing it by topic, aren't we? So
Yeah,
Queen,
so-
Queen, Guns, split. So
Well, I think we already know where she's going, don't we? I'm really
Guitarist.
fucking scared.
oh yeah, Brian
Guitarist.
May's fucking great, mate. I think he's
Brian May was fucking great,
yeah, he
but
was
he's
fucking
against
great.
Slash and Slash wins.
yeah, he does. I was trying to get you to be like, what the fuck are you doing, mate?
So we go to a fan pick to decide who goes into the final.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I actually think that you're going to be safe here.
I don't think I'm going to be safe at all.
Right, so we know that roughly 8 people have voted on this, or 8 people.
I'm
have
going with 5-3 to Guns.
5-3 to Guns. I'm actually going to go the opposite, 5-3 to Queen. And it is 6 to Queen, 2 to Guns.
For the skin of my fucking teeth.
So there you have it. I'm pretty shocked at that, actually. But I guess it does just go to show. So,
It's the battle of the biggest British rock bands of all time in the final. Queen, Beatles. Beatles, Queen.
Queen Beetle.
I'm the Beatles, Queen. Oh, that was intense. Yeah, a drummer I'd still fight though. Especially that lead back bit to We're the Champions. It always the expert's guitar. My friends, dun 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 dun. Well, keep on falling. Hopefully, Queen of the Champions. Hopefully, Queen of the Champions. No time for bitters, because hopefully they are the lizards. Dun 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 dun. Other words ornament. Okay, great stuff.
Yeah, yeah, cool. That was that.
Next up, we finish this 49th instalment with. Oh, my mic fell off.
Mate, so
Motherfucking placeholder.
we
Spoiler alert, I like the band. Are the champions. Stop.
We kicked off our unsigned week with Placeholder, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
They were the very first unsigned band, and
So much so that they're no longer unsigned. They
Yeah.
still fall under unsigned week because they're a local band and we decide what they are. We're
Not
basically
you.
their management now.
You're fucked basically. But I enjoyed the first works that they sent over, Grey, and Kieran was a exceptionally big fan.
Yeah,
I think you took it a little bit beyond what I took it. But it's
Saw
fair to
them
say
live.
that we were both extremely excited to do
Yeah.
this, and we
feel
have
like
been waiting for a few weeks now.
I can't remember exactly what we ranked them. I'm going to find out on the very rarely updated list that we have. I built this house from nothing.
Whilst we look for this information,
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, let's have a look.
We both gave Grey a 7.
Which is pretty fucking high for a first unsigned
Yeah.
band at the time. And yeah, like I said, fair to say we've both been exceptionally excited for this.
YA.
Yeah, let's fucking waste no more time. Let's kick it off.
Cool. Opening track. I built this house from nothing. Go.
Am I going first? Am I?
Oh, sorry. No, I am.
Yeah.
To go to myself.
Oh my god.
Right, yeah, I built this house from nothing, straight in there with a heavy placeholder I love. A great use of heavy vocals over the soft melodic music at the 1 minute and 30-second mark. Enjoying the drums throughout this track, not much else to say here. Check out our reaction video for more details. Boom!
That's some fucking product placement right there. Such a great fucking opener that wastes no time hitting you in the face with just exactly what Placeholder have been brewing since our last dalliance with their music. Fucking stoked from the get-go, and I'm very eager to see what the rest brings. Those fucking drums too, man. Especially there's like a bit after. I'm not gonna do it phonetically while we're on live on podcast. I'll do it after, or I'll just play it after because, quite frankly, this is all over my phone now, and will stay that way. Cool. Track 2.
I don't feel anything anymore.
Doesn't sound like that.
I don't feel anything anymore. Deny myself any help. Anyway, sorry, I fucking love this song. It's one of my favourites on the album, but not my favourite. I couldn't decide between two.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not my favourite.
There.
But it is my very close second favourite song on this album. Started off with soft vocals. I've grown to mostly.
Started off with some soft vocals.
This is why I don't feel anything anymore. Which is hurt me nice.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry.
Yeah, started off with soft vocals I've grown to mostly love since our last review of them. If you remember on the Grey EP, Grey I did not get on with
Because it was
whiny placebo vocals. I've since seen it live and kind of listened to it a bit more. I actually really going to like them. Yes, lyrically it's deep as fuck, and the accompanying
I've got to take a
guitar
note.
tones.
I've got to take a note how far into this podcast are we, because I'm fucking watching that back afterwards. If our tech guy could let us know in the comments, just so that everyone can grace themselves with that.
Fuck you.
Accompanying.
I can't speak English. Oh, I told you. 1 hour and 12 minutes apparently.
Thank you very much, John.
Anyway, I don't mind helping you out. So, lyrically, it's deep as fuck, and the accompanying guitar tones suit very well. Lyricist, are you okay? Because these fucking lyrics are deep, man. The slower pace gives an intense. What the fuck does that say? I was sober this time. The slower pace gives an intense side of the song and gives the vibe he's giving up until it hits that heavy, fast instrumentals again. One of the best on the EP.
Yeah, man, definitely agree. So yeah, I put wow, a very deep message layered over music that it just belongs with. I'm loving the style these guys are writing, and it's so impressive to hear the massive leaps on what I've already heard, which was already really good. I'm fucking stoked at this point. Track 3, Despise Me, fucking hit me with your rhythm stick.
The intro gives out a very mysterious vibe from the start. Obviously, that's what intro is. Into powerful drums. The vocals are heavy as shit, and the chuggy style guitars give emphasis on the power. The guest vocals of Kadeem France from Loathe adds another layer of brutality. Stellar track.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is your track of the album because you just said it gave me that intro. No?
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm going to save that until the end. Despise Me, however, holy fucking god, this is a brutal track. So many elements that I fucking adore about it, from the eerie ass opening to the even heavier vocals, and once again demonstrating guitar work that will make you shit yourself. Even a blach, which I thought was really fucking excellent. Dudes.
Awake. I fucking love the rhythm on this intro. Here, funny enough, right here again. It's somewhat relaxed, like a calm before the storm.
Here.
This track perfectly exhibits the multiple vocal ranges and styles. The sound change after lyrics, I've been waiting for the sky to fall, just gets me fucking wet, and is one of my favourite moments of the album, if not my favourite moment. The blare, about a minute later, is powerful as fuck too, which I also love. The guitars and bass during the song are so fucking impressive, and the drums thud down with skillful power. I decided today that this was my favourite track on the album.
Fair. That surprises me a little bit. Not that it's, but for any reason that it's bad or anything, because it's definitely not. I thought it was going to be the last track.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. So fair enough. Man, this is seriously much more than I thought I was going to get, and I wouldn't say the bar was exactly low. This is masterfully created music. I've actually put masterfully crafted music, to be honest.
Let me know how long the podcast we are, because he said a word wrong.
Sorry, John, can you give us the time limit of Kieran being a little bitch?
Shut the fuck up.
This is masterfully crafted music. Yeah, this is masterfully crafted music here. To be honest, here there are so many elements here layered.
This man is a cunt. I let him on my show and he insults me. Jean, what the fuck, man? You shitty little pooper.
This man is a cunt, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Where does he get his arrogance from and his little ego? Not from me.
Oh, my fucking god. Oh, I'm so watching this back. Where did that even come from? You sound like fucking Pepe from the Muppets.
Anyway. Awake?
Yeah. As I was saying, this is so much more than I thought I was going to get. This is masterfully crafted music, to be honest, and there are so many elements and layers of it that are just, like, perfect. It's also mixed incredibly well. Guitar work has taken a very serious upswing since the Grey EP, and I'm loving some of the polyrhythmic vibes.
Cool. In Misery, in a change, we have quite a soft piece for the first minute or so. When it gets heavier, I notice the lyrics get deeper, and it's making me again wonder if the lyricist is okay in life. That's a genuine thing. Like, these are fucking.
There are some pretty
emo
deep
lyrics,
man.
not
very
emo lyrics. Isn't a dig, but it's very emotional. I just want to make sure.
Very emotive.
Fucking, like, hate to use this example, but Linkin Park, their lyrics were fucking deep as shit. We no one really thought anything until he died. So
be okay.
We love you. This is certainly not a bad thing, though, the lyrics being soft or emotional shit. Emotional as shit, not emotional shit, to clarify. Yeah, it's certainly not a bad thing, as I find myself closing my eyes subconsciously while listening, ensuring that I take it all in. The guitar solo and accompanying drums. I hate that word. The guitar solo and the drums that go with it, yeah? are fucking brilliant. And the preceding scream vocals lay me out with amazement. The soft vocals work really well. That's back into screams and back into soft vocals to close the track and EP. Finish a fantastic performance.
So, In Misery, my favourite track.
Okay.
Another great track musically. It's just intoxicating, and I found myself hanging on every word. Different sections of the song build this awesome tension that just detonates before the outro.
Cool. Overall, it's obvious that I love this band and see huge things for them. It's heavy as fuck, dark and deep at times with some emotional lyrics to get you thinking at times as well. It's non-stop excellence all round. The instrumental work seriously impresses, and the vocal has so much intensity behind him. Vocalist, sorry. I loved Grey, but this definitely tops it.
Mm-hmm.
Although Cement at this moment is still my favourite song. Now I've had this album for 2 or 3 months now, so I've literally not even shared it with Rob until this last couple of weeks.
Well, last couple of days.
Yeah, we should do this week, didn't we? Yeah, so I haven't shared it with anyone at all, and that's been hard because I like it, but I'm a professional journalist, so suck it. So yeah, while I've had it for a few months, I listened to it loads when I first got it, then I stopped for a while. Now I listen to it again more this week. So yeah, I love Grey. This definitely tops it. Although Cement is still my favourite song at this moment. There are at very few times questionable lyrics, but that's maybe twice at a maximum. And while what may be an interesting thought, while I love every song in here, We Built This House on Nothing is my least favourite track, which was their first single from it.
No reaction.
Okay, cool. Give your overall.
Overall, guys, seriously, this is fucking unbelievable, quite frankly. I think my favourites are Despise Me and In Misery, but in truth, they're all good. So you weren't wrong with Despise Me, it's definitely up there. But I would say In Misery is just that margin.
Yeah.
Just that margin. I think just the sheer power, fucking amazing. Yeah. In truth, they're all really good. I certainly don't have a least favourite on the album at all. It's great to see the direction that things are heading in for these guys, and I think they found the right spot for me. The only thing I request for the next one, longer, please.
Well, we'll talk about that after the podcast.
Oh my fucking days! What did you give it, sir?
So usually, as you should know as well if you watch often, I'm torn between two. The first two albums here were straight 7 and straight 4 for me.
Okay.
This one I'm stuck between two numbers.
I think
however,
I hazard a guess. But
we predicted each other's. I predicted yours was 9.
Yep.
And you predicted mine was a 9.
Yep.
That is the one that I'm not going for. I am giving this a 10 out of 10.
Wow, fair fucking play. So
talk about it again and thinking about Awake. That fucking guitar tone on Awake. Where the sky still. Oh, that was a terrible impression of it, but it was fucking great,
mate.
Oh, there's loads of fucking things that we haven't seen.
Oh shit.
Did Beatles get any votes at all? Beatles won, and they're in the final against Queen.
Hey Jude, big song.
Yeah, it's absolutely. This is about today, but is this about today or about forever? Last 100 years, Black Sabbath are either still going or just retired, whereas Beatles broke up decades ago. Bohemian Rhapsody has been voted the best song ever multiple times. There was no competition. Yes, we agree with you there, but we went for fan vote. We went for Beatles overall.
Disgusting. And Queen rightfully
fan vote,
so.
Sorry, fan. For what fan base, we went for them because it was just strong at that point. It was tight for me as well. But yeah, the song would obviously be Bohemian Rhapsody. But yes,
yeah, for sure.
Cool. Either way, they're the two finalists.
So you're gonna give this a 10.
I'm giving it a 10. It's so fucking impressive, man. Like the least favourite song is still fucking great.
I did go with a 9
Did you?
out of 10, so you were 100% correct. And the only reason that I go for a 9 is that I felt the same as you at a couple of points. There were just lyrics that, I mean, I'm no lyricist, so I'm not going to comment on what should and shouldn't be put anywhere, but there were just lyrics that I thought they stood out because they didn't rhyme, and it stood out in like a kind of jarring way.
I think the only...
There's nothing I can say about the album that is bad, though, because that for me was still... It just detracted basically nothing from the experience. And I was expecting this to be like, okay, a good step up, maybe like an 8 or something. The last one got a 7. Like, maybe this will be an 8, and then in future times when they release an album, maybe they'll get up there a little bit, or it will go the other way. I was not ready for the sheer amount of, like, spaff that came to be.
I think the only lyric that comes to mind that's questionable, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I like the lyric. It's something... I can't remember exactly what the lyric is, but it's along the lines of, I guess I am what your friends thought I was, or something like that. Or your friends would say I'll be like this, or it's the word friend is in it, and I'm like, and it's in the softer kind of placebo whinier voice, and I'm like, I don't know if I like that, but other than that, I'm not going to mark them down at a point for one lyric in one song where it's 5 songs of blistering penis in my face, in a good way, obviously.
Yeah, because there's so many good ways that a penis can be in your face.
If it's placeholders, collect a penis, I'm taking it.
Fair enough. And to be honest, I feel like I had that delivered straight to my ear because this was fucking just epic. It was
ring titties
epic.
for me to rub though.
Ooh.
Cool. I forgot to do something on the intro, but we can do it on the outro. So yeah, placeholder. This album, Despise Me, is out on the 17th, which I believe is Friday. Check them out. They are on Spotify. Thank fuck, because it's a lot easier for everyone else.
Fully recommend to check this out.
Saturday.
I see huge things for these guys. I actually thought you said the 16th the other day.
I looked at it again today to make sure, and it said 17 on one place, 16 on the other. You know what? Check it out. It's guaranteed to be out on the 17th, but it may also be out on the 16th. And you can check out their 2 singles so far with music videos, which are I Don't Feel Anything Anymore and I Built This House on Nothing on the Tube of You. Cool. So let's cap this shit up.
Yep.
And yeah, fucking check placebo. Oh, don't ever do that. Check placeholder out live when you can, because I fucking did. And you get a nice little t-shirt. Support the artists you love.
Yeah, man.
Or at least turn up to the show. Cool. So, first of all, an announcement. Spotify is go. We have a Spotify profile. We have Spotify playlists. I will be posting each playlist on a different day this week. Obviously, you can check all out at once, but I'm just going to highlight mine, highlight Rob's playlist, highlight John's, our tech guy, highlight Liam, the guy that is taking a break at the minute, but he's still part of Deciphered, very much so, who did the written reviews. We've got our unsigned list with bands that are released when we reviewed them when they were unsigned. So, yeah. And we've got I've got a non-metal playlist. Like, have a little bit of have a little dig into what we like that isn't metal. So yeah, Spotify, check us out on there.
Lots of 80s and 70s shit.
Yeah, for me, just fucking Shania Twain. Now then, next time, we're not going to be back in 2 weeks' time.
No.
We're not going to be back in 1 week's time. We're not going to be back in 3 weeks' time because I'm in Turkey. But we will be back in some point's time. Because we've got a lot of planning to go ahead. Next time's episode is episode motherfucking 50.
Yeah, boys.
It's got to be huge. So we're going to have, at this moment, we're going to have 2 topics and at least 4 reviews. Right, so the topic guaranteed to be there is the Deciphered Tournament 2 final, Queen versus Beatles. All 10 things will be discussed, and we'll put up the vote for you guys. The vote will be different this time. You have to vote on each thing and vote properly. Don't go, I prefer Queen, so I'm going to vote Queen on every single one, when really, I don't know.
It's killed us to put Beatles ahead of some of the bands that they've been ahead of in some of these things, but in some of these categories, it's just how it is. And
yeah, so you've got to vote like we vote, and vote that is the truth and the actual proper real vote, not just tactical.
Have a think about it.
Yeah, that'll be up soon enough, at least a week in advance before the episode.
And
the second topic,
we do a bit more than a week for that.
Yeah, I'd say so, and give it quite a few shares. The topic number 2 will not be announced now because we don't know what it is. Pretty simple. There will be 4 reviews next week. Next time, it's my choice and Rob's choice. We will do. No worries, placeholder. Thanks for your kind music.
Yeah, man.
It's very aggressive. Yeah. So there'll be 4 albums. I would usually decide in advance. I haven't decided mine. As far as I know, Rob hasn't decided his.
I have not.
2 albums we can confirm we will definitely be reviewing is We Are Not Your Kind by Slipknot and Fear Inoculum by Tool.
Yeah, boys.
Chances are, I think it's out in time. No, I think it's out in time. Kill Switch Engage. If that's out, we'll be reviewing that too. It's going to be a long episode. We've allocated 3 hours. If we're less than that, then shit happens. There's low chance we'll be more than that. But it'll be a big one. I want all of you cunts to join us. So, I can now say this in full properly. Join us at every single one of these things. Because Spotify is here now. SoundCloud is released tomorrow for your fucking ear juice beauty. And the rest of them are always live.
Apart from Instagram. Instagram's not live.
Shizzle. Leave us Twitter. Twitter's barely fucking used, but give us a fucking follow. Love you. See you episode 50 and some reaction videos coming out soon. Bye.
Come join the party!
Bye.